An outstanding base design for you and your duo should be easily farmable so you can actually play the game and still give you enough protection to not get offline. It should be cozy but still have a great peak design and enough space for all the fancy smancy stuff you need for a good vibe. If this is what you want, here's the Space Boy. The Space Boy is your boy for you and your duo. While he may not be as spacious as his name suggests, he still can fit plenty of boxes, a large battery, an oil refinery, bedrooms, a computer station and more. The Space Boy comes with 2 outside TCs and an irresistible, easy to build wide gap shooting floor. Besides that, the Space Boy has our signature double roofed core with 1 bunker and a sneaky roof design, allowing you to ruin the gameplay experience of other players without even showing yourself. This base is perfect for duos, but we have also used it as trio already. The absolutely cheapest path to main loot in TEC is 28 rockets. This is, however, very unlikely. If the raiders decide to raid up the crafting area above as well, they will end up with at least 40 rockets. Both calculations do not include raiding the whole airlock area as well as the turrets and assume the raiders take the perfect path. As you can see, the upgrade and upkeep costs of this base are perfectly manageable, especially considering this base has everything you need. The upkeep of the base is split between the outside TCs and the main TC. Coming inside our airlock, you'll be immediately greeted with a nasty shotgun trap and a drop box. The turret is double chain link fenced and the area is modular, so you can also make a loot room here. As you progress through the wipe, you will need more space for your loot. This crafting area has more than enough space for boxes and a tier 3 workbench. Downwards you will find a little bedroom. And on the other side you have access to our oil refinery. Going deeper into the base, you will find a hatch frame and an additional locker, followed by our bunker and the battery. To open the bunker, just destroy this twig half wall. If your TC gets raided, you cannot get the loot out except you have access to the outside TCs. Then you can place a box and try to get it out. This works, but not for the raiders. Our wide gap shooting floor will give you tons of angles as usual, and it's also protected by pipes on the sides that are shootable but obstruct the vision for other people. If you have difficulties with this jump, you could place a box, or also just place lower ramps. That is dependent though on how the area outside of your base looks. I prefer high ramps. If you don't want to do electricity, you could also use this for extra storage. I use those peaks with a silencer during a raid, and I can tell you, if you don't use the building DLC, absolutely no one will notice where you shoot from. The extra bedroom can make the shooting floor a bit tight, so you do yours, it's absolutely optional. Start with placing a triangle and a square for our 1x1 core. Place the triangle hatch before replacing the tool cupboard, otherwise you might have to raid it out later if it doesn't fit. Turn the walls into wood on the sides for easier box placement later on. The door frame should be wood too, so we can hatchet it out later for our bunker. Make sure the outer foundations are high or you cannot open your bunker later on. Once you're done with the airlock, you can place in your workbench level 1 and the furnace. And there you go, your starter base is done. Start by making triangle roof and foundation into HQM, as you will not be able to reach them later. Hatch out your door frame and place a window. Rotate the hard side of the window inwards, same goes for the outer side, while you can upgrade them to stone. Now you have 5 minutes to place your boxes on the inside before you can't rotate the walls anymore. If you need longer, you can still upgrade them into metal and then rotate them again, but if you do it this way, I bet you won't take 5 minutes, as it's quite easy. Once you're done, you can build your bunker. And keep in mind that the last person to log out has to have the sleeping bag, because the bunker will get closed from the outside. If you're not the last to log out, you can just sleep in the core. Place a furnace as temporary jump up. You can replace that one with a triangle hatch as soon as you have it. Remove the foundation so you can place your oil refinery later on. As usual, you should upgrade the walls you can't reach later into metal already. Once you're done with everything, make a little twig jump up, and that's how easy phase 2 is. Once you're ready for phase 3, we start by turning the base into a beefy boy. All the HQM upgrades are reachable later on, so this can be a work in progress for you. Turn this wall into HQM2 as soon as you have the materials. And of course, as usual, I'm happy for your like, sub and comment. It's up to you if you already want to turn this into HQM or metal. For this example though, we will turn it into HQM. As mentioned, all the walls in this phase are reachable later on. Once you're done with upgrading, you can place in your oil refinery. Keep in mind though to only place the upper hatch frame and not the lower hatch frame before placing the refinery. And also push it towards the outside of the base so you have enough space for drop boxes in your core. Depending on if you have the hatch frame BP already or not, you could place the hatch already or also use a twig roof as a temporary replacement so you don't fall inside of the core. Once everything is closed up, you can start placing your deployables and moving in the upper area. If you place the boxes correctly, they will not show outside of the garage door. Use a temporary square in the middle so the placement gets easier. Lastly, you can move up your workbench. And there you go, phase 3 is done. We're going to start by building our white gap footprint. Aim right in the middle of the twig triangles. Select the square and crouch forward. Put it on the same height and pull it back as far as you can. Build out one more square in the triangle and delete the rest. Build back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles and place one on the left and one on the right. A square in the triangle. And another square in the triangle. Once you're done, you can remove the triangles. Afterwards, repeat the same process on the other side. Once your footprint is done, you can start building the outside peaks and the turret pods. Turn this wall into HQM before closing up the turret pods. Keep in mind to bring enough materials, otherwise you should connect the outside TCs first. Make sure to put the window frame before the ramps and put the ramps outwards facing. A hatch frame to protect your head and windows on the rest of the peaks. Now place some siren lights so no one can go in or out of your peaks. After your peaks are done, it is time to connect them to outside TCs. To do so, build out 4 squares, followed by 2 triangles. Place 2 half walls on the inner side so you can disconnect your TCs, and then close up the module like so. Once you're done, we can start connecting both sides of your peaks. Make sure the double doors are facing outwards so you can close the gaps. Once you're done, you can put in embrasures. Keep in mind to place the embrasures inwards opening, as this will give you better angles with the same protection. When everything is done, you can start by building the front section and the airlock. Leave the middle triangle open to place a shotgun trap and a drop box. Climb up and build a triangle to place a drop box. After, you will not be able anymore to get down. That means you have to suicide through your console or menu. Place a small box as jump up, this way it's easier to go through your peaks if you're struggling with the jump. To finish off, place 2 industrial splitters on each side of your peaks and start by connecting the pipes. For the best result, you have to go around 2 times, that means about 50 meters of pipes. Repeat this process on every peak. And then you're already finished with phase 4. Place frames for stability on the leftover spots into your roof. Once you're done, keep placing half walls, but not on the outsides. Ramps for the squares and low walls around the roof. Now we can add hatch frames for the stability. If you're using a building DLC, at least one of the current ones, disable it for the roof, as this will ruin the peaks and make your head show better. For the windmill we go 6 levels high. As mentioned, an extra bedroom can get the spot quite tight. If you don't want it, you don't need to build it. You do yours, just replace it by frames otherwise. Once our roof is done, we can place our turrets and battery. If you have the materials, it can be advisable to HQM your bunker and replace the door with an armored door. Add in your battery. And an extra locker or anything else you want in this corner. Don't forget to add a hatch for your bunker. Place the barricades like I do, so you get the best vision in your peaks. And that's it, the Space Boy is done.